Now it's time to install our rocker components. You're going to need your rocker arms, your push rods, your adjuster nut, and your jam nut. Now, if you've done this right, you've kept your intake and exhaust separate. Let's get to work.
All right. So the first step, we're going to install our push rods. Now the push rod can only be inserted through the top hole, but then at its resting position, you'll notice it's at the lower part of the slot. Okay. Now at this time, I want to point out, right now you'll notice that my rocker arms are pretty much level with the top of the head. And one one push rod is not higher than the other. Now, if your push rod is higher than the other, if one push rod is higher than the other, you may have to rotate the engine and then feel for the push rods moving up and then help them back down with your finger. Now this is indicating that the camshaft is pushing on the tappet and the tappet is pushing on the push rod. You need to have your engine in the position where both push rods are neutral. In other words, they're both at the even height.
Now, does that mean valves are open or closed at this point?
This means that both valves will be closed. All right. After you have ensured that your push rods are at an even height, it's now time to install the rocker arms. Your rocker arm, you'll notice, has two sides to it. One side has a dimple and the other side has a convex area. You need to have that dimple where the push rod goes in. Slide it over the studs. And also note, this is a good time to verify that our valve stem caps, those little pieces that we were nervous about rolling away, are located on top of your valve stems.
If you're missing any parts, you really should let your instructor know at this point.
Now, our adjusting nut, we're just going to thread it down with our fingers, and as soon as it bottoms out, we're going to stop. We're not going to apply any excess pressure. Then, our jam nuts. Same thing, just run it down to the adjusting nut and stop.
We're going to have another step with this, so why don't you work on this and we'll get back to you.